iTunes gift card worth $20. He uses the formula y equals 0.99x to determine y, the total cost for x number of songs. So if we look, x, it tells us is the number of songs. And y is the total cost. Okay, so remember we talked about discrete and continuous. So we're focused on this x value. So can you buy a fraction of a song? No, so therefore our function is discrete. Since it's discrete, when I have my points, I'm just going to list them, okay? So you would list the points for the domain, and if they were asking for the range, we would list the points for the range. So it says, what is the domain for this situation? Okay, so the domain, remember, is your x, so we're talking about the number of songs. Okay, so we have our squiggly bracket like we've been doing. So the smallest number of songs he could buy is 0. We need to find the biggest number of songs. So what we're going to do, we know he only has $20. So we're going to have 0.99x equal to 20. And then we're going to solve that equation. So to solve, we divide by 0.99. So when we do that, 20 divided by 0.99 is 20.2. But since we don't have enough money for a whole nother song, we're going to round this down to 20. So my domain is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and finally 20. So that has a very big domain. That means you could buy anywhere from 0 to 20 songs. Okay? Example 2. A restaurant sells pizza according to this formula. So here's our formula, where x represents the total number of toppings. You can spend no more than $10 on a pizza. So it says identify the variables. So we know x is the number of toppings. Okay, y is going to be the total cost of the pizza once we pick our toppings. Okay, so remember, discrete and continuous is based on these x values. So I'm not going to pick half of a topping. So this is a discrete function. So that means for the range, I'm going to list points just like I did earlier. Okay, so what we would need to do is figure out the biggest number of toppings we can, or the most money we can spend. Because we can't spend, this is our maximum limit, we can't spend more than $10. Okay, so what I would do is we're going to go ahead and plug in numbers for x until we get close to 10. So the first one, we can do 8.5 plus 0.45 times 0. So when you do that, you get 8.5. Then we're going to do 8.5 plus 0.45 times 1. 8.5 plus 0.45 times 2. So when you do 1, you get 895. 2, you get 940. So we're getting close to 10. Let's try one more. So 8.5 plus 0.45 times 3. So you would get 985. Okay, notice it's going up by 45 cents each time. So if I go up another topping, I'm done. I'm over $10 and I can't be over $10. So our range is 8.5, 8.95, 9.4, 9.85. Okay, the last example. Sandy is measuring the height in inches of her roses over time. Time is key. She discovers the formula y equals 5 plus 0.25x, where x represents the number of days. So we know x is the number of days. Okay, and y is going to be our height. Okay, so days is a period of time. So remember, that means it's going to be continuous. So if it's continuous, that means instead of listing the points, it's like looking at the graphs that we did. So it's going to be an inequality for the range. Okay, so it says she measures between 4 and 8 days. What is the range for this situation? So all we need to do is figure out the height at 4 and the height at 8 days. So we are going to plug in just like we did in the previous problem. So 5 plus 0.25 times 4 to figure out the low end, and then 5 plus 0.25 times 8 to figure out the height at the end of those 8 days. Okay, so this would be the minimum. This is going to be our maximum. So when we plug this in, we get 6 and 7. Okay, we are dealing with range, which remember is the y's. So I'm going to have my inequality. You always put the smallest number to the left. So that's going to be the 6. This is going to be 7. It can be equal to those, and that would be our range.